My name is Heather Santi-Brown. I am the minister to families at Park Place Christian Church in Wichita Falls. About 3 years ago, our church worked with Hope Partnership. The church was at a place where, like many other small churches, we were wondering, are we going to exist? Do we want to continue to exist? Do we want to move? A lot of those identity kinds of questions. And so Hope Partnership came in and they walked alongside of us. I say us, this all happened before I came. And the church decided through that study that indeed the church did not want to close its doors. They wanted to stay where they were, and they wanted, oh, that's the fun video. They wanted to be mission focused instead of numbers focused. And through that shift of becoming missional, the church tore down an old, unsafe playground and put in a prayer garden. We also put in a community garden, and it was through that community garden, their church had been talking a lot about putting in a new playground and what that would look like and where it would go and things like that, but they hadn't actually gone through the process of putting a playground in. And our playground committee chairwoman was talking to a community gardener who said, "I heard your church is getting a new playground." "Yeah, we are. We just don't know what we're going to do." She said, "Well, maybe it's a playground that my daughter can play in." Her daughter is wheelchair bound. And there is 1,700 kids in our county. Wichita Falls is the big town among a lot of small rural towns. And so there's 1,700 kids in our county, plus all of the surrounding area, where kids don't have a place to play because there is nothing there. The closest place is 2 hours away in Fort Worth. And so we set out to start looking at wheelchair accessible playground equipment. And then we found all abilities inclusive play. And so it is very intentionally all inclusive. The company that we're working with called Whirlex doesn't do handicap playground. We talked to them about putting in a swing for wheelchairs, and they said, well, we don't do that because that has to be separated. And for safety, a fence has to go around it. And so kids aren't playing around each other. It is for wheelchairs. It is not for all. And so all of the equipment that is on our playground is very intentionally all-inclusive. It is so detailed that the turf that will be on the playground is non-static turf because static electricity interferes with cochlear implants and pacemakers and other implanted devices. So when we say that everybody will have a place to play at our playground that is safe and fun for them, we mean that. There will be what's called a cozy dome, which is a place for when kids are feeling overstimulated. They can go and kind of calm down and chill out without actually leaving the playground. And their friends can continue to play around them without overstimulating them too much. The equipment is all really fun. One of the other really great things about this equipment once we build it is that it hits a lot of different learning styles. We'll have music. So we'll have a big set of chimes and drums for kids to play with. We have planned to have a swing set that has regular swings, baby swings. We'll have seats with a harness so that if you don't have core support, you can be transferred in and still get to swing. And then there's a partner in me swing. One of the most fun things to tell people is we're going to have a zip line. The zip line will have both a disc that you can sit on to fly down. It will also have one of those harnessed seats that you can sit in and have that sensation. I was in Fort Worth with my daughter about a month ago, and I stopped at the park that in Fort Worth that's all abilities, and her favorite thing was the zip line. It was so much fun. If you've never been to Texas, you know it gets hot in Texas. The equipment, all of the metal equipment in our playground We'll have 3 coats on the metal. Most playground equipment has 2 coats, and it gets hot when the sun is on it. This 3rd coat is called a cool coat. We didn't believe it, so we left it outside all day in the sun, and you couldn't touch the part that wasn't red, but that red coating really was cool to the touch. And so kids will still get to play in the heat and in the sun. We also have lots of shade on our playground so that even in the heat and even in the summer, kids can still go out and play. The equipment is all really well made, very strong, very durable. It will outlive probably my grandkids. One of my favorite things to do is to ask people to pick this hinge up. Christy, do you want to? It weighs as much as my 21-month-old, who weighs about 21 pounds. Right? So it's all really incredible material. This is a mission project in progress. We are in the fundraising phase. It is our goal next summer to be able to open. As we're doing this, we are building partnerships with our community. We have worked with the ARC, which has an adult daycare program, and they already come out. They have a community garden plot, and they already come out every morning to tend to their garden plot. They will, once the playground opens, they will go to the playground and help us clean the trash, take out the trash, things like that from the playground, and then they get to play on it. If they need to spray anything down, everything just needs to be hosed off if it ever gets dirty, and they will help us with that. One of the really cool things is when we were having the salesperson come to the church to give a pitch about what he could do and what his company does, he got a phone call on his way up from Richardson to Wichita Falls from an organization called The Upside, which works with Down syndrome education and advocacy in Wichita Falls. And they said, hey, we really want to build an all-inclusive playground in Wichita Falls. Do you think you can come and talk to us? And he said, I'm actually in my car on my way to Wichita Falls to Park Place Christian Church to talk to them about this very thing. Maybe you can meet us there at church for dinner and we can work together. And so the Upside is helping with taking care of the hike in insurance premiums that we'll see. And so this is really helping us connect more with the community. And we're hoping that through some of those connections, we can work together. We had a meal with some, what we hope to be future community partners, and found there's not a lot of communication between groups to know, okay, I can't help you with that, but you can help this family with that, and connecting groups together so people know what each other do and can refer when their organization can't fulfill a need of a client. And so that is what we have. We have a lot more stuff over there, and this video is really incredible. Thanks, Andy, for pulling that up. That's the zip line. It has a 350-pound weight limit, so if anybody wants to zip line. The whole playground will be fenced for safety, of course. One of the things I want to challenge you, so our playground, no lie, is going to be about $835,000. You can buy individual pieces of equipment for your church property so that there can be inclusive play all over the country. Especially if you live in a rural town, you have families who don't have a place for kids to play. And to offer even one piece of equipment could really change a kid's life. And so you can contact the company to see how you can put something on your church property. And they are really incredible to work with. Thank you.